Good evening and welcome to the news at 10. His Majesty King Abdullah visited the King Hussein Medical Center and checked on services provided to citizens to accelerate the process of meeting their demands. During a visit to the Prince Hussein bin Abdullah II Center for Urology and Organ Transplant Center, His Majesty stressed the importance of upgrading services offered to patients at the center. During a meeting with Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Lieutenant General Mahmoud Frehat, and Director General of Al Hussein Medical Center, Major General Mu'in Habashne, the King reviewed a pilot scheme for a project to develop the medical center at an estimated cost of 500 million dinars. The 500 million project will be funded by the government, while the United Arab Emirates will provide 141 million dinars in grants to carry out the first phase. The King Hussein Medical Center Development Project, which will be implemented in 3 phases, the first of which lasts until 2024, aims at raising the center's capacity from 1,120 beds to 2,472 beds. The government won a vote of confidence in a lower house session chaired by Speaker Atif Tarawne and attended by Prime Minister Hani al-Mulki and cabinet members. 67 MPs voted in favor, 49 against, while 4 abstained. A total of 122 deputies out of the 130-seat lower house attended the session. Minister of Interior Ghalib al-Zu'bi said there are royal directives to the government to cooperate with Iraq, especially in security and economic domains, in a bid to achieve mutual interests of the two peoples. During a meeting with his Iraqi counterpart, Qasim al-A'raji, that was attended by officials from both countries, al-Zu'bi said that the reopening of the Karama border crossing with Iraq was necessary to foster swift flow of trade and facilitate transportation movements. He said that Jordan is ready to cooperate with Iraq in the fight against terrorism, especially that both countries have long-standing and extensive expertise in the field. During the meeting, the two ministers discussed border security, means of boosting cooperation in the fight against terrorism and extremism, and the prevention of smuggling and human trafficking. The two sides also agreed to form a joint committee to supervise border security, operate patrol along the borders, and hold periodic meetings to prevent all types of smuggling. Gazans buried 2 Palestinian teenagers who were killed by Israeli fire during an Israeli assault against 18 targets belonging to Palestinian factions in the enclave. Israel said the attack came in response to an explosion that wounded 4 Israeli soldiers yesterday. The flare-up, which started yesterday and had died down earlier today, was one of the biggest in the Gaza Strip since the 2014 Israeli war on Gaza. It began with a bomb blast on the Israel-Gaza border that wounded the Israeli troops. Israel responded with airstrikes and tank fire against the 18 targets. Gaza medics said that they retrieved the bodies of 2 17-year-old Palestinians killed by the Israeli tank fire. Relatives of some of the 66 people believed to have died in a plane crash in Iran gathered at the plane's destination airport to wait for news. The Asaman Airlines plane crashed near the town of Samirom after taking off from Tehran, according to an Iranian news agency. The plane was on a flight to Yasuj in the southwest of the country, carrying 60 passengers and 6 crew members. Rescue helicopters were unable to land at the probable crash site because of heavy fog, and emergency workers were searching the mountainous areas by land. And on a lighter note, Carnival joy filled the French Riviera town of Nice as it welcomed the 134th edition of the King's Carnival, with space as its main theme. Blasts of confetti fell over stands filled with smiling and cheering carnival goers as dancers and floats made up of giant effigies animated the parade. The theme King of Space featured displays inspired both by fictional accounts and real-life events that have made the news recently. Following a tradition dating back to the 1200s, the Nice Carnival is considered to be one of the original Carnival celebrations. Over 1 million visitors join in the festivities every year, which runs until March the 3rd. Now, Kudaira stormed to gold in the women's 500 meters in an Olympic record time of 36.94 seconds, becoming the first female speed skater from Japan to win an Olympic title in an individual event. Defending champion Lee Sang of And finally, the weather outlook: cold and partly cloudy conditions prevail across the kingdom for the rest of tonight, with northwesterly moderate to brisk winds. A rise in temperature is expected tomorrow, but it remains relatively cold and partly cloudy with southwesterly moderate winds. Amman can expect a high of 12 degrees Celsius and a low of 8 degrees, while in the Gulf of Aqaba, moderate weather is in the forecast with a high of 25 degrees Celsius, sliding down to 15 at night. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news. I'm Nancy Khair. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.